Hi guys, welcome back to A's Crypto Lab. Today is my third day learning about cryptocurrency from scratch. Over the past 2 days, I first got a general understanding of what cryptocurrency is and started to understand what Bitcoin actually is. Yesterday, my biggest takeaway was this: Bitcoin is not just a price that goes up and down. It's more like a bookkeeping system that operates without relying on banks or central institutions. Today, I want to break down another fundamental term that often sounds complicated and mysterious: blockchain. To be honest, whenever I heard the word blockchain in the past, my first reaction was, it sounds advanced, highly technical, and not really relevant to me. It felt like something only programmers, finance professionals, or tech companies talked about. But after spending some time learning about it today, I realized that if we ignore the complex technical details for a moment, blockchain can actually be understood as a public ledger. So what is a ledger? For example, if you send me $100 today and I send someone else $50, those transactions need to be recorded somewhere. When we use a bank transfer, the bank keeps the records. When we use apps like WeChat Pay or Alipay, the platform keeps the records. When we use a credit card, the credit card company and banking system record the transactions behind the scenes. In other words, in traditional financial systems, the ledger is usually managed by a central authority. Blockchain takes a different approach. Instead of letting a single bank or platform control the ledger, it allows many computers to store and maintain the ledger together. Every time a transaction occurs, it gets recorded and packaged into a block. These blocks are then linked together in chronological order, forming a chain. That's the simplest way to understand the name blockchain: blocks connected together into a chain. You can think of it as a public ledger that is maintained collectively by many participants. Instead of being stored on a single company's server, copies of the ledger are distributed across many nodes around the world. One advantage of this design is that it becomes much harder for someone to secretly alter the records. Because you are not just changing one copy of the ledger, you would have to change the records on many computers at the same time. That makes manipulation extremely difficult. So what I learned today is that the most important thing about blockchain isn't that it sounds cool. It's that it solves a very interesting problem. Can people trust the same ledger even when there is no central authority managing it? Bitcoin works because blockchain records all of its transactions. Who sent money to whom, when the transaction happened, and how much was transferred. All of this information is recorded on the blockchain. However, there's also a common misconception that beginners often have. Many people hear the word blockchain and immediately assume that anything related to blockchain must be secure, innovative, and trustworthy. But what I learned today is that blockchain is simply a technology. Just because a project uses blockchain doesn't automatically make it reliable. The internet itself is a technology, but there are both good websites and bad websites online. There are legitimate platforms and there are scams. Blockchain is no different. The technology itself does not guarantee that a project has value, and it certainly doesn't guarantee that an investment will be profitable. So today, I summarized 3 key takeaways for myself. First, blockchain can be understood as a public ledger used to record transactions. Second, this ledger is not controlled by a single central institution, but maintained collectively by many nodes. Third, blockchain makes records difficult to alter, but that does not mean every cryptocurrency project is safe or trustworthy. So after day 3, my understanding of blockchain is this: it's not a mysterious concept, and it's not a magical money-making machine. It's a new way of keeping records, one that allows people to build trust even without a central authority. As someone who is completely new to cryptocurrency, I think this step is incredibly important. Because if you don't understand blockchain, it's easy to focus only on price movements and miss the underlying logic that makes cryptocurrency possible. If you're curious about cryptocurrency like I am but never knew where to start, welcome to follow A's Crypto Lab. Over these 30 days, we'll learn the fundamentals of cryptocurrency together from the ground up. This is not financial advice. It's simply my personal learning journey and documentation. See you tomorrow for day 4.